Good morning. I'm Maureen Claffey, and I'm an artist, and so are you. I'm here to help you tap into your own creativity and liberate yourself artistically. Welcome to my kitchen. We are going to be connecting with nature today through drawing and painting. So I have a little project all set up, and I want to tell you about that. What I did is I took my paper grocery bag. We did that on the first day. Today we're on our third day together. And this is a Kramer's bag from Hinsdale, Illinois. God bless Kramer's. What a wonderful store. It's a beautiful bag. I cut it open and taped it to my countertop, and I left these little sections here so that because in pulling them away, I would have a big hole. So, and I wanted this length that you see here. Can you see that? I wanted that length so that you could create these long branches that I have for us to paint. Can you see these? This is one of the most beautiful things in the world. This is a cherry blossom, a herald of spring, and we are in spring. Life is regenerating itself. Nature is here for us, continually reminding ourselves that we are one with all of creation. So, and it's here for us as a reminder that only love is real, and we're going to draw them. So anybody who ever told you that you don't know how to draw or that it has to be done in a specific way, bless them and let them live in your experience, but return to yourself, remembering that you have everything that you need inside of you to create. So let's begin. These are so beautiful. Check this out. Okay, so I'm going to pull these out. And what we're going to do is, here's what we're going to do. I forgot about this. We're going to take tinfoil. I like Reynolds wrap because it's thick. It's got a good thickness to it. I'm going to take a nice piece of it like that, nice and long. And we're going to lay it here on the countertop. I'm going to move you over here, and I'm hoping you can see this. Thank you for your patience with me. I so appreciate that. And I so appreciate all of the really lovely notes and texts and things that I've been getting that people are letting me know what's working and what's not. And I would encourage you, if you're watching this, just to watch it and then go back to it later. Just absorb it and see what you learn. So I'm going to take one of the branches and I'm going to lay it down on the surface, and you can see it's three-dimensional. It kind of pops up off the surface, right? And I don't want to damage it because it's so beautiful, but I'm going to take this ballpoint pen, and into the tin foil, I'm going to sketch. I'm actually, it's sketching, but really what it is it's tracing. And I'm tracing around. Oh, that beautiful, did you see that beautiful bud right there? Oh, and the tip of it is so beautiful. That's a shoot of green, of that chartreuse green. Okay? And I'm going to hold it in place while I pull the pen back towards the center stem. Okay? And then I'm going to pick up another line. I just want to make sure everybody can see. There, that's actually a little bit better. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so I'm going to hop back in here, and I'm going to trace it. I learned this trick from a child who was a kindergarten student when I taught at St. Josaphat in the city of Chicago in like 1995. And I was trying to teach the children to draw. And it can be intimidating when you I did like a still life and laid out fruit and vegetable for them. And we were looking at the paintings of Paul Cézanne, his still life, and I was trying to teach them how to draw a still life. And one of the kids took one of the pieces of fruit, put it on his paper, and started to trace around it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's genius. That's total genius. And of course, that's a wonderful way to do it. So in terms of helping you make the leap to, I'm an artist, Hi, Lori. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So in order to help you make the leap from like, okay, I'm going to look at that vase of these beautiful branches and try to draw it, I just thought like, let's trace it, and let's trace it on tinfoil, because tinfoil is like really easy and fun. It makes a beautiful little impression, and then you'll see what you've created once you're done. So getting back to this, I'm just going to continue to pull the ballpoint pen, which is such a beautiful instrument. And here's what's really, really important. What's really important is that you look, and you look at this amazing piece of nature, because the healing of nature is here present for you. Here's a gorgeous little blossom, and I'm just going to go around it like that, and we're going to revisit it, okay? Take the time to touch it. I would encourage you, I got this at Trader Joe's. It was so reasonably priced. They were like $7.99 for this beautiful thing. Whole Foods usually has, you know, these type of branches, or forsythia. I love forsythia, the herald of the spring, the yellow one. And I'm just going to really gently lay this down and then pull my pen across it. And it really, really just like releases the mind. So try your local stores for something natural. Go outside and like visit a tree and ask that tree if you could please cut off a few of its branches or a beautiful bush and bring them inside and honor that beautiful thing of nature, that beautiful creation. This is really cool. I wonder if you can see this. Come on over here. So this is really beautiful. These petals fell off right here, and I'm just going to trace around them. Okay? Do you see that? And then we're going to follow up here. And I decided to do this on tinfoil just because it adds kind of like a third dimension of sensory perception, because it's a tiny bit of sculpture you're pressing into something. And it helps the mind relax really quickly. You also get a really cool light reflection off of it. And I'm looking, this is really cool. Can you see the spaces here that are created? When you compress the space, like if I were to be really gentle with this and I would compress the whole thing, you would be able to see all of these beautiful intersecting lines that create triangular shapes because of the nature of the branch. Okay? These beautiful little green shoots are amazing. You know, I've had these in my house before. I get them every spring. And I've had them in my house. I actually did a really beautiful painting from these branches called Prayer. It was one of my first paintings. And it had a lot of pink in it, pink and green. And so I get them every spring, and I've had them root before. Like, I've kept them for so long that they rooted. And then what I did, and you know, pussy willows are great for that. And then I took them outside and I stuck them in my backyard, and it grew into a bush. So take the time to like observe it, and don't assume that just because it's in a vase that it's gonna die. I was surprised. This is really beautiful up here. I hope you can see this. The reflection is like, this beautiful little flower. I'm just tracing around it, okay? And I'm gonna go up here to the top, and there's all these beautiful buds. Take the time to like touch them and feel them and pay attention to them. All right? Running your hands across it, there's a vibrational energy that comes off of natural things that is incredibly healing. Okay. Hi. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I just want to just check it one more time. And then we're going to take I have no idea what it's going to look like when I take the branch off, so let's have a look together, okay? Oh, that's beautiful. Can you see how it left behind the, we have an impression here of the plant, and then we have these beautiful little, that's my dog drinking, there's Fred drinking out of his bowl, these beautiful little tiny flowers which are like little cups. Can you see how beautiful that is? Can you see how beautiful it is? Okay, very good. So that's done. Take the time to breathe in the experience of actually being with nature. Nature, what's wonderful about a little project like this is that we spend our whole lives kind of racing a bit and we don't really see things. I try to work with children and adults to help them see that life is incredibly beautiful if we just look for it. And so taking the time to like really look at a branch that came off of a tree that has a flower on it and noticing the miracle and the intelligence of the universe that created that. What is that life force that like pushed it out of the ground and made it come to life again? And I live in the Midwest and that's happening now, and the trees all around us, and it's so beautiful. So I want to come back to the paper for a minute so that we can try something else in terms of making art. Are you ready? Okay, thanks. Okay. I'm going to take away the tinfoil because the reflection on it is hard for me to see too, but so there we go. And I'm going to place this here again. And what I'm going to do, okay, can you see that? Now we're going to trace it with a marker. Okay? It'll be nice and dark. Don't rush through it. Put the pen right up against, oh, it feels so good. Put the pen right up against the twig and pull it, and see here's a knot. Something is growing here. Something is growing here. Things are growing here. Here's a beautiful little blossom. Here's a beautiful shoot. Back down the other side, another shoot. And what's really cool is you're going to end up with something that looks like, you're going to go like, wow. Like I did that, and you did. So, beautiful little shoot. Take the time as you're doing this to like really connect with the energy that's in the natural form. Here's a beautiful little flower and back here in the shoot. And I'm going to sneak under there. Here's another one. Okay, and I'm going to actually turn it this way so it stays on the paper. So I'll just hold it down really gently. Okay, and when we come back together tomorrow, I'm going to actually finish this as a piece of art, and I'm going to hang it on my refrigerator. Do you remember how when we were kids, our parents would hang our art on the refrigerator? I want you to be very proud of what you create and to live with it and to display it. Beautiful blossoms. Oh my gosh. Almost done. Beautiful blossoms. This is a beautiful little branch. I want to make sure I get this in. Okay. Oh, some really gorgeous shoots here. The green color is just so staggeringly beautiful. That chartreuse, and here's a bunch of little shoots here. I'm not really sure how to indicate them, but I'm just kind of following along. Okay. All right. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Let me just make sure I did the main stem. And we can always fill in. So, can you see that drawing? Isn't that beautiful? Let's keep this to the side for now. And let's look at what we created. Did you know that you could actually draw something that looks like real life just by tracing it in real life? Thank you to that beautiful child who taught me that at St. Josephat all those years ago. So you don't have to struggle with form and say, you know, like, I would like to say that I did that, but I don't know how. Here's a beautiful little I think this is what's left, like the petals fell off and this is what was left of the blossom. A blossom is a cup shape. And if we were to go in like this was how I indicated a blossom. I would just like, first of all, like there are really no rules and nobody can tell you what's right or what's wrong. So I would just like indicate this with maybe some little dots like that I see over here, and it has this beautiful spray of dots that come up off of a center. Okay, so going back in and indicating in whatever way I feel like works for me with these little dots that this is the spray of a flower. And then maybe I would add some really some lines, and I'm going to bring let's pull one of these over here. So if you want to look at that, I mean, truly, this is so beautiful. It's got like this little hard part in the center, and then a beautiful, beautiful blossom petal. And I'm going to sketch it in since we're working in black. Now you can see here that this really has no basis in reality because the flower's gone. You know, we tie ourselves to these ideas that things have to look a certain way and we have to get it right, but there really is no right and there is no wrong. There's only what you want it to be and your you know, interpretation of beauty. Because this is really quite far from what it looks like in reality. But for me, I love that. And then I'm really interested too, like here would be another little flower, right? And I'm gonna see how far I can push this. And I'll show it to you tomorrow, what I came up with. And we'll talk more about materials tomorrow. What I do when I do something like this is I connect with what the energy I feel from a flower might be. So me like making all these dots and lines is like the impression of actually looking at it. What you're hoping to do is look at something beautiful in nature, feeling the energy of it, and then translating your impression of that beauty onto paper. The life that's in it is really what you're trying to capture, and you can do that any way you'd like. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's, and there's no prescription for it. It's capturing the energy, connecting to the energy. I feel like this is a little bit heavy for me in terms of what I want to communicate in terms of the actual like flower pattern of the petals. But be that as it may, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna paint it and finish it. So I'll post it, and I hope that you come back and watch more of it. And we'll talk more about materials tomorrow. Hi, Kurt. How are you? I remember you. Hi, Angela. Thank you so much for watching. And Evelyn, thank you so much for watching. So, just to recap, find something in nature and really look at it. Connect with the energy that's in it. Put it on a piece of tinfoil or a piece of grocery bag. Lay it down and trace it. Then look at the beauty of it. And allow that beauty to enter your heart, from your heart to your hand, from your hand to the paper. And that's it. Give that a try. And I'm going to work on it today. I think it's a wonderful thing to do. And so I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow, and then we'll start something new as well. Okay. All the best to you. All my love. Have a great day. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing this. I hope that it's helpful. I'm like still working on the Facebook Live thing in terms of my camera, so I hope that it was easy for you to watch. Okay. All the best. All my love. Keep the faith.